Hi everyone! We're happy to announce that we have released a major update to the game, which we have been preparing for the past few months. The update has fundamentally changed the approach to the gameplay of Corsairs Legacy, and now allows you to start the game right away with Freeplay. We added a system of manual saves and loads for your progress. You can now also move around the global map freely, and you can already see the foundation of non-linear progression, which has just become available to players and will be developed in future updates. To celebrate this update, we have made a discount on the game on Steam. This update includes more than 50 major gameplay changes, most of which were requested by players in the comments and feedback form in the game and on the website. Let's start with the launch of the new game. Now on the difficulty selection screen, there is an option to choose a free play for those who want to immediately find themselves in the open world without going through the game's story prologue. There is also an option to turn off the hints if you are already familiar with the game and don't want to see them again. If you start the game in free play mode, the main character appears on the Bridgetown Pier. An active marker and a brief description of the task show where Mordecai is now. Now, he'll be the one giving us the task of meeting Catherine Peak off the coast of Trinidad, which will be the starting point of the game's central story quest. At the same time, you will already have other quests available, which can be selected in the quest log. We have also added a document section showing the number of chests found in the game's locations. In separate sections, the player can access the catalog of current weapons, which will contain descriptions of weapons that the player has put in their backpack. The game now has maps that allow you to navigate the islands and the sea more easily. First, let's see an example of the chest tab. Let's find one of the hidden chests. We open it with a lockpick, and in the list of chests on the locations, we see that one of the 25 chests hidden in Bridgetown has been found. Now let's talk about maps. Maps of the archipelago, Barbados, Trinidad, and Tobago are already available in the game. Maps of each location can be purchased from merchants. The price of a map will vary depending on its quality. The game has 3 levels of map detail for each location. The better the map, the more expensive it is and the less often it can be found at a merchant. In this update, the player has access to a quest log. Let's choose another quest. For example, to learn how to make money through battles in the arena. We can see where we need to go to complete this quest, but we can turn off the marker and explore the world without it. We can go to the tavern and go down to the arena. We agree to fight and enter the arena. To earn more money and upgrade my level and skills with a certain type of weapon, I choose to fight against 2 opponents. Each successful hit you make on an opponent gives you experience, which increases your level and skill with the weapon. That affects the amount of damage that weapon does. After gaining a new level, we can immediately upgrade the character's characteristics and add a new skill. Currently, the game has 20 skills divided into 4 branches of skill development. A bonus advantage of pumping strength right in battle is the automatic full restoration of the character's health, meaning you will save on healing potions and earn more money from this battle. Each characteristic in the game has a description that can be read when you hover over a specific trait. For example, those who want to carry more loot without overloading might want to choose the endurance trait. Each unit of this trait increases the player's ability to carry 10 kilos more items without penalizing their movement speed for overloading. After defeating the enemies, we collect our winnings from Claire and see that a new entry has appeared in the log related to the quest we have decided to complete now. Now we will show you the quest to buy your own ship. We select it as active for the convenience of tracking where we need to go for this. Please note that the shipyard does not work around the clock, and it is important to come during its working hours. At the beginning of the game, the player will not have the necessary amount of money to buy a ship, so you will have to earn money for it. In one of the next updates, a new feature will allow you to borrow money. That way you can enter the global map on your own ship not even 5 minutes into the game. Now, in the test build on which the footage for this video was recorded, we already have 5,000 pesos available to buy a ship, so we immediately buy it and then go to fix it up. You need to make arrangements with the chief carpenter at the shipyard. After agreeing to repair the ship, we go to the tavern to hire a crew. This quest introduces the player to all the game's basic mechanics related to the open world. After completing it, the player will have complete freedom to choose directions. After successfully hiring a team at the tavern, we go to the store to replenish our supplies. Having bought basic provisions, we are ready to set sail. But before we do, I want to show you a few more new game mechanics added in this release. Now, there are 4 points in Barbados where you can hire a guide and horses for 100 pesos to quickly move around the plantation, smuggler settlement, gates, and the port of Bridgetown. We choose to travel to the plantation, and in a few seconds of real time and half an hour of game time, we find ourselves on the other side of the island. Moving quickly with a guide not only saves time, but also protects you from the possibility of running into bandits in the jungle. Suppose your charisma is not yet at a high level to be able to disperse peacefully. In that case, you will have to end the meeting with the bandits by proving your superiority in battle or by spending a certain amount of money to pay off the attackers. So, back to the global map. From the port of Bridgetown, we boarded our newly purchased ship at the shipyard, which we repaired, hired a crew, and bought the necessary supplies at the store. We go out to sea and see the new and improved sea and the new technology that reflects the sun's glare. We start with the smallest ship in the game, the cutter. Now, everything is in the hands of the player, and it depends on you how successful the sea voyage will be and how quickly it will be possible to capture a large ship. Press F and confirm access to the global map. We have an English flag, so only English ships are friendly to us. The French, Spanish, and pirates will act hostile. Pirate ships will try to board us, but enemy military convoys or patrols will not try to engage in combat themselves unless you provoke them first. The global map has a dynamic change of day and wind. The player also has access to information about the basic supplies needed for the team. Choose an enemy and go in battle. Since we want to capture the ship, we'll load the guns with buckshot and shoot the enemy team. Then we board the ship. We're currently working on adding events and additional boarding strategies so that each time a ship is captured, the player can have a different experience from the previous one, and it will be more interesting to conduct more battles. Most likely, the variety of boarding battles will be included in the next update. We paid much attention to adding new locations and preparing them for future generic quests. At the time of the release of Early Access, Trinidad was just a land of nature, but now it has an Indian settlement, an abandoned mine, a smuggler's location, the walls of the city of San Jose, and some other interesting locations. In the future, we will add more guides with teleporters and other NPCs where it becomes possible to visit the island in Freeplay mode. In the meantime, you can only visit the island in land mode through a story mission to repair the ship after a naval battle with the Spaniards. We also added 5 new achievements related to chests and maps. We'll continue working and preparing new big updates for you. Hope you enjoyed the game.